okay, so I had an injury to my ankle, right? And then somebody comes and says my ankle hurts. But then I test the ankle and I'm like, well, your ankle is perfectly fine. So, but your perception of the ankle is I'm injured. Does that make
Yeah.
sense? So that means that there's a disconnect between you and your body and what's happening. So what happens with an area that had injury or 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 has been repaired or whatever happened to it is the receptors in the area are confused. They don't know what they're doing. They've been altered because of the trauma of the sensory of all that. So if I put a vibration signal on there, my brain goes, what's that in your ankle? So the brain goes, send messages, you understand? And then the message can return. And now you will reestablish a connection to the area.
Man, yeah, that makes sense. So, because there's been so many times I've walked in and you immediately know what's wrong with me, and especially with 4 years of jits now, I'll walk in with an injury and it hurts. Maybe I tweaked my neck, my knee, whatever. But you put me on your vibration stuff and you have me hold the and you have me do certain movements and exercises. And a lot of times you'll put me right into the position of where the pain is. And I'm just so scared, right? In the beginning to go there. I mean, now I know. Now I'm like, all right, let's go. It's just going to feel better. But in the beginning, there was like such resistance because I was like trying to like hold this part of let's say it's my wrist in this case, so everyone can see. I'm trying to like, no, I gotta like let this be left alone. And what you do is like, no, let me see this. Let's put this on some vibration. Let's get the signals to fire so they can actually be wired together. And yeah, I'll literally leave and I'm like, yeah, there's still a little bit of inflammation there. You know what I mean? There's definitely not, but I have mobility now and like I feel better now and I'm not so like constricted. I feel more open and free to move that part of my body. And that's just a trip to me because it's like, how can you, usually it takes, time to heal injuries, right? And the pain and the swelling goes down. But I've noticed I can be in the worst pain ever. And it's like, the sooner I get to you, the faster I heal. You know what I mean? It's not like you're like, oh, well, let it rest for a few days and then come see me. You're always like, if you ever hurt yourself, just come in like now. You know what I mean? And so I'm always trying to like figure that out because it like from a sports, I went to school, I was going to be a physical therapist. So the stuff I studied is like, it's the opposite of that. It's like, no, rest, chill, let it heal. And it's not that you're going in there and creating like, you know, not exercise, you're not trying to exercise the area per se. You're just trying to get the signals to fire in that area because the fascial system is self-healing. The body is self-healing. Like we have this intelligence that wants us to be whole, happy, in love with life, to be peaceful, to be content, to be patient. But in this instance, when we hurt ourselves and we create restriction, we create, the opposite of that. And you're just unlocking that which wants to be unfolded, I guess.
Yeah.
Right?
So yeah, absolutely. So what happens? Okay, let's go back to our body being our body. Our body, when you have trauma, it goes into protection, like you said, like this, like you don't want, you're in protection because the sensory it's in that mode. So the first thing we have to do is get the body out of protection, provide it with information that it can flourish. It can say, oh, okay, all right, we can do this. Does that make sense? So that changes your perception. So vibration can do that. Vibration, once you, in this case, we use, vibration plates, power plates, or anything that has vibration, that will speak to the sensor and say, oh, it's okay to let go. It's okay to open because now your body is doing the work. I'm not doing anything to people or doing